Springtime is upon us. The sun is shining and the birds are chirping, and it's a wonderful time to just be out and enjoy the weather. The flowers are blooming, so I get to try my hand at planting again. And the grass is growing super fast, which means we'll be spending a lot of time outside. But for my family, with the beautiful weather and blooming flowers, also come the allergens, sneezing, congestion, and watery eyes. I knew this was going to come, so I've been working on a recipe for shower steamers that I hope will help them feel better when they come in from the outdoors. So without any further ado, let's do it. I was going through my sample of fragrance oils and I came across this one, Jasmine from Lone Star Candle Supply, and the way this fragrance smells, it's absolutely heavenly, and I really think this is going to complement those menthol crystals really well. So I am going to go with this fragrance oil for these shower steamers. I also purchased this mortar and pestle, and I'm going to use this to crush my menthol crystals as well, because when you crush them and then dissolve them in the alcohol, they dissolve so much quicker. You're not sitting here just waiting and waiting. So I'm excited about that. I decided to cut this batch in half because I'm going with a little bit smaller shower steamers. Last time I made these huge ones by accident, so I got these smaller molds that I'm gonna try out today, and I wanted to be on the safe side, so I just literally just whoosh, cut that recipe in half. The very first thing I'm going to do is crush my menthol crystals so they can start dissolving while I measure my group A ingredients. All right, it looks like these menthols are crushed pretty finely, so I'm going to measure my alcohol. Now let's add our menthol crystals to the alcohol. All right, so I just gave it a light stir to kind of get this process going, and I can set this aside and start measuring my group 1 ingredients. I'm going to start by weighing my group 1 ingredients, which is going to be my kaolin clay, baking soda, cornstarch, and Mediterranean sea salt. Into that baking soda, we're going to add our kaolin clay, and kaolin clay is awesome for steamers because it adds an extra hardness to them. Alright, very, very nice. Now let's go ahead and add our cornstarch. So I think I'm actually going to measure my sea salt in a separate container on my small scale because I only need a very, very small amount. Add that Mediterranean sea salt. And the last ingredient for our group 1 ingredients is cream of tartar. Now let's give this a good stir. Make sure we don't have any clumps. All right, now let's set this aside. I'm gonna grab another bowl here. Ooh, sorry for the noise. And I'm gonna check to see if my menthol crystals have dissolved. I would say yes, they have dissolved. So first I'm going to measure and combine my group 2 ingredients. I don't have many liquid ingredients that I need to add to this recipe, so I'm going to go ahead and add all of them inside my dissolved menthol crystals. All right, first is the fragrance oil. Now let's add our polysorbate 80. And avocado oil. And let's mix all of this together. That concludes my group 2 ingredients. And I'm sorry, I didn't even mention what I was using each of these ingredients for. So the polysorbate 80 is a non-ionic water-soluble surfactant. And what it does is it allows oil to be dispersed into water. So you won't have an oily ring around your tub if you're using it like in bath bombs, and also so that the oil doesn't just float on top of the water in your shower, which could be a safety hazard. You could slip. So that's what this polysorbate 80 is for. Avocado oil, it's also a liquid binder and it's a carrier oil. You're not gonna want to touch raw fragrance oil. It's gonna peel your fingers and everything. But if you add a carrier oil, it helps carry that fragrance oil safely. So if your body does come in contact with any residuals from a shower steam or a bath bomb, it's not going to irritate your skin. But before I add my group 2 ingredients to my group 1 ingredients, I like to play it safe. So I'm going to go ahead and measure out my citric acid first. You can either use your fingers and break apart those clumps for the citric acid, or you can use a small strainer like this, or you could use a whisk. But I'm just going to use my fingers for now. That's great, wonderful, excellent. Now, group 1 ingredients, group 2 ingredients. Let's add them. So last but not least, we're going to add our citric acid to our combined group 1 and group 2 ingredients. These shower steamers are definitely strong. I'm already decongested just by making them. And my son came upstairs, he said, "Oh my God, Mom, that's strong." So it's obviously filling the entire upstairs. But one thing I want to note is, oh my God, this mortar, the bottom fit perfectly in that shower steamer cavity. So instead of using my hands, which over time can be just exhausting and painful, I just use this to press it down. So let's let those shower steamers set for 24 hours and I'll bring you guys back tomorrow to test them out.
Shower steam is good. Actually opens up my nose. And cafe latte soap. Smells like coffee. You know, dark skin soap for a dark skin day. I love it. Pretty good.